Hi guys, Cliff here. Hangar chat number 3. Got some stuff on the bench, can't see it yet, and some stuff up there to see as well. So let me just tilt you down or move you about a bit and we'll have a little talk about it. It's really good actually, very exciting. New project on the side project, one of the side projects, which I will share with you this very day. So yeah, let's angle you down. This is a little showing you what I've been doing, chat. The desk is a mess, as you can see. I'm doing something there. First of all, look at that. That is an axe handle, and that's what the triplane DR1 has on the outer wingtips skids. Here's my axe handle. It's nothing super duper, just a piece of ply laminated with balsa. And I'm going to shape that down, and that will go like that. That will mount there on a couple of brackets. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to mount it yet, but it'll be simple. Looks rather nice, isn't it? About there, like that. Superb. So just got to cut the other one out of ply. Ran out of time this morning. I was doing that just before I went to work, but I ran out of time, like you do. But what I want to show you is, I was going to tidy this up before I started the video, but hey, who does that? But really excited to show you a new project I've started, something I've wanted to do for a long time. What you're looking at is a Leonardo da Vinci design. Leonardo, as you know, probably, he was a great inventor and artist, and did I say painter? Yeah, artist, and designer of aeronautical craft. And so therefore he designed some really nice little things. There's the little helicopter, as he called it, which it was. I don't know if he called it actually. And this machine. So I was inspired to have a go at making something like that. So this is what I've got. It's sort of based on a bat, which is what Leonardo used, I think. And well, what a fantastic shape. Tailplane there, and fuselage. Here obviously had a man laying down prone, looking rather fantastic. So I've got to get a little man from somewhere, but I've made a start and I'll show you. I haven't put any videos up yet of the construction of this, but I will. But this is my little hangar chat, so as you can have a sneaky peek at what I'm up to. And if I show you this, look, it's not a bow and arrow, although it looks like one. This is the wing. So it's laminated balsa, bit of ply in the middle, 8th balsa either side, and 2mm carbon spars. Boing. And Leonardo, of course, couldn't use much. He only had the crude cotton or whatever it was. So actually, it's an idea. I could use, didn't think of that, some sort of cottony canvas. But that aside, I'm still wondering what I'm going to use for the actual skin. I was thinking maybe something like nylon, like you get on a umbrella, and with these little finials on the end. That would do it. I've got to get some nice lightweight nylon to do that. Or I was thinking, I got some 1mm, possibly, maybe less, Depron sheet, which would do the job, but I haven't got much of this, and I don't like the colour of it anyway. Or I was thinking thin plywood, say 64th ply, so like 0.5 mm. Or I was thinking rubber sheet. You can get rubber sheet down to 0.1 millimeters, really, but it's ridiculously expensive. Enough rubber sheet to do this would be 50 quid, so silly. Here's the fuselage so far, and the idea is, just show you this, there's the tail, that'll glue on there with some sort of supporting blocks. I've got, where are you? Come out, wherever you are. So that's the, I'm going to have, I've been thinking of different ways to have like wing twist and aileron type things, and in the end I thought, let's just try, see if it'll fly on elevator, ruddervators are they called? So the little Cavan Yoo-hoo glider flies really well using the same technique. So one thing that one's got is a pod and boom fuselage, which I thought about, and it would glue on like that, and that's a really solid fixing, but I'm not sure I like that bit. I suppose I could put a fairing in there, couldn't I? That would make it a very solid fixing. See, it's good to talk. You think of these ideas, don't you? And that's quite presentable on the top. That would work. A lot more stable. I might do that. So that's the tail. I've got this here. Will sit. Well, I've got these little. I made them out of balsa to start with. I'll probably make them out of ply. They go. It was further back, but I might shunt them all the way forward. They sort of fit in that little cradle with an angle cut, so they sit back at about +2 degrees, 2 or 3. It's only rough. And that's the dihedral. Quite a lot when you take the tip into account. And then the motor. Oops, the motor is this rather lovely piece. Do you remember in the ASG motor glider with the pop-up motor, I used a Leopard Inrunner motor? Well, this is the same brand of motor, but it's the smallest one they do, because this is going to be a very light model. Leopard hobby motor, but I'm going to mount that somewhere up here, and obviously I don't like the look of the shiny, so it's got to look like it's made of wood, really. So you say, well, hang on a minute, Leonardo didn't have a motor. No, he didn't. But this is Leonardo meets Cliff Harvey. Just point this out, Leopard Hobbies UK shop, but they do components. That's their website address, componentshop.co.uk. But the brochure is really, they do all sorts of stuff, batteries and counters and plugs and adapters and lots of interesting stuff, batteries. So that's my little secret project I've been working on that you haven't seen yet. Hope you like it. I don't know what it's called, but I love it. Absolutely love it. All good fun. So I have got the construction of this to edit and put up, so that'll be all in one video. What else have I done? I've been working on the triplane. Things I've done, I fitted the little step, pilot step. That'll pull out a little bit lower. It's got to be a little bit lower yet. The lifting handles at the back. The tail skids sort of in. The motor I put together, and let's see, machine guns are up there and sitting in place. I'll put the cowl on, obviously. And I've also got Pete Muirwood, my old buddy, has been busy on the 3D printer, and he's printed me up this pilot with a pickle helmet on, pickle horb, which pilots wouldn't have flown in, but Pete says I could always saw it off. Or I've got, it's actually supposed to be von Richthofen, which is a bit short in the cockpit. You can't really see over the top, so I've laminated up some balsa wood, and that will glue on there, and that will glue on there and shape it around, and you'll never see it in the cockpit. I'm toying with maybe rotating his head, which is a bit of fun with the rudder. So that's what I've been doing there. Let's just lower the triplane down. I've got a club meeting coming up for my other club I belong to, the Dartmoor Slope Sawing Club. Take the pressure off a minute. Is it clearer? Yep. And this is where it's going to sit when it's finished. I've got to say actually, guys, that working on a model at head height to any height I want, this is an absolute boon. Just a big hook in the ceiling, but it's been brilliant. It means I can, if I want to work underneath it, I just pull it up. If I want to work on the top, I just lower it down. There's the machine guns. I'm thinking they're a little bit too far apart, but they've got to be on the outside of the, these are just dummy cross braces, they're not really the real thing, the finished thing. But if I raise them up a bit, they're only held in by, that's where they should be, but if I raise them up, they are higher up and I can move them in a bit. I have to think about that, see what I think. It's only a detail. The other thing I asked on the First World War Flyers Forum was, should a DR1 have a windshield in the middle? I have got some windshield material supplied in the kit, but apparently a lot of the pilots removed them because they just got covered in oil and then they can't see, and some pilots added them, so take your pick. Let me offer up the pilot for you. Oh, see, you've got to watch all corners. That's the other thing, you just rotate it around. The pilot will sit obviously in his little chair, so he'll sit like that, and that's about right. Well, I don't know, he looks, even then he looks a little bit low, doesn't he? Let's have a see what it looks like from another angle. You could go up another 1/4 inch perhaps, another thickness of balsa. Yeah, I think he will actually. It's the first time I put him in with that balsa, so I think I'll put another layer on there to bring it up a little bit more. Oh, the other thing I can do actually is to glue the seat higher. Yeah, let's just glue the seat higher, save a bit of balsa. You've seen these hinged, haven't you? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, I'm not sure. Oh, something else I'm doing on this. Let me find the piece. They give you I've made up all these bits of balsa, which I hadn't now because I'm not going to use them. These are to put on the undercarriage legs to make them a bit beefed up a bit. Now, it didn't actually have that much. The undercarriage and the cabane struts in the centre were pretty much as, no thicker than what you can see. I've made up, using a similar technique, I've made up a piece of wood, because these should be a lot thicker. So I've made up a piece of dummy wood which is going to slide on. Just a hollow piece of balsa, 4 bits of wood glued together. It'll slide on there and make that thicker. And I'm going to leave these the thickness they are. And I've got a sneaky way how I'm going to finish those, but I'll reveal those later on. I'm not going to tell you yet. My next thing, of course, is how am I going to finish it? Am I going to use coloured film, or am I going to... Would be a good time now to tell you what colour scheme's going to be? I suppose it could be. Could be a good time now. Why not? The colour scheme's going to be that of Lieutenant Rayburn. His was blue, the front half, white, the back half, with a big white raven on the side.
and obviously your German crosses. That's going to be the colour scheme. Bearing that in mind, am I going to do it in sort of just a white fabric cover and then spray it, or am I going to go for a blue covering? If I just go for blue covering, I've got to still paint in little areas like this. It's just going to be too fiddly to mess about with film. Tempted, very tempted to spray it, and then I can get this shade of blue that I want. Okay, so there we are. Let's pull it back up a minute. That's what I've been up to so far. Oops, it's touching the side there. And up she goes, and up she goes. Oops, this is it. She's got to watch all corners. Oh, there she is. She'll settle down up there. Looks good with the cowl on, doesn't it? So that's what I've got so far. But excited to see this coming on. This is a bit of fun. Thanks, Pete, for these. Superb. I'm going to try, by the way, the acetone trick. Don't know if you heard of these. You sit them in a closed compartment, a little box with a bowl of acetone, and let the fumes, and it gently melts the exterior layer of plastic and gets rid of the ridges. That's the plan. Oh, the other thing I've got is Dan Durkee sent me some files, hubcaps, which another mate's printed out for me. That was a test one, so I can practice acetone on that. But these are different to the ones in the kit because these have got a hole right through them. The other ones are solid and you can't get to the nuts, whereas they'll go on there and give you access to the nut, which is a much better idea. They're not solid, of course. So I've got the hubcaps, wheel hubs, something like that. Not sure what you call them. But really quite excited about this. This will be stuck in the centre section. The wings will pull out. They're just a friction fit. Very tight fit. It's going to be a lightweight machine. I'm going to make an undercarriage. It'll be like wood, just straight down, like Leonardo would have designed. It won't be particularly robust because it won't particularly be landing anywhere, but I think it'll improve the looks of it if it flies. But I'll get it flying. So the plan is to get some sort of doll man to sit here, prone, maybe make a couple of sort of dummy controls, a couple of servos in the back going down to the elevons, aren't they? They're elevons, not ruddervators. They're elevons, elevator ailerons. Elevons at the back. I was tempted to make this out of 1/8 light ply, but I've just made it out of balsa for the minute because it is an experimental craft. I've got the drawings all made up. If I want to transfer it, I suppose the ideal thing would be to transfer it to CAD file, and then it comes out nice and clean. But yeah, really pleased with the shape of that. And these are really strong. This is because it's laminated. They're in 4 bits to get the grain as straight as possible in each piece. And this is just CA'd in. That's a little lamination of ply and balsa with grooves left in it for the carbon rods. That's my little secret project. Oh, a little secret project I've been making up. Let's pull the wings out actually. There we go. Lovely. Dinky little motor. Pleased with that one as well. So I'm going to crack on with that. Oh, I've got to make up the other skid for the triplane. So I'm just going to cut out a bit of ply to sit in the middle there, and then work out how I'm going to attach them to the aeroplane. Originally they had a bracket at the front and another sort of fancy shape bracket at the back. So what I thought I would do is to two of those, just going up into the wing, and then make some simulated brackets on the painted finish.
I had a comment from Jerry, RC Tail Dragon, that said that he didn't think he would have time to build as much as I do, even when he's fully retired. And I did say to him, the only reason I can crack on with this stuff is because I do get up early and do a bit in the morning before I go to work. I'm thinking about during the day what I'm going to do when I get home, make a start before my supper, come back in here and work for another 4 or 5 hours. And then on your day off, of course, you've got 12 hours to crack on again. So that's a lot of hours in a week, and that's the reason I can make quick progress. Check out the other videos on the channel. Go to my playlists and you'll see all sort of lovely stuff. But what I'm focusing on at the moment, obviously, is the DR1, getting that one complete. But still a long way to go. I've got balsa dust now. Still a long way to go on it, really. Fitting it out, as we know, takes a long time. Haven't even started sanding it yet, actually. Okay, anyway. See you in the next Hangar Chat. See you in any of my videos. Leave us comments. I love the comments. And thanks for watching and subscribing. Cheers, guys. See you next time. Cheers. Cheers, cheers. 3 cheers. Hip, hip, hooray. Cheers, guys. 4 cheers.